Hola amigos, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 7, the Zero's Tales Firaga. Today we're going to be taking on Dr. Wily Stage 2, and maybe Dr. Wily Stage 3, and I've got things to discuss all through this episode. Like glitches in this game, and games that are coming out, and games I've been playing a lot, just general game kind of things. So first off, I was browsing through the internet, and actually there's a trick that you can do with the Noise Crush, and I want to show it off here while this jazzin' music is playing. See what I did there? You can actually slide into your Noise Crush and charge it like that. It's kind of hard to get the timing down on, but it actually does come in handy for one of the bosses we are going to be fighting. Not this stage's boss, though. This stage's boss has an entirely different weakness. Oh, god. A weakness on the other end of the effectiveness spectrum. Like, there's an effectiveness spectrum for Mega Man, and I guess I'll have to explain this. There's kind of a whole... I like to consider weapons on a scale of varying effectiveness and stuff, and I like to consider this in 5 different tiers. Now, there's God Mode weapons, there's Great Weapons, Alright Weapons, Bad Weapons, and Terrible Weapons. So, say for instance the Noise Crush, I call it an Alright Weapon. Thunderbolt, I basically call it a God Mode weapon. The closest this game has to a God Mode weapon. There's really very few God Mode weapons and stuff. I'm willing to consider, I don't know, Mega Man 7's Jewel Satellite and the Metal Blade as the God Mode weapons, and we're already at a mid-boss. This clearing coming up is where we're going to be fighting a boss, as you can see. Equipping Super Adapter here, because we are going to need it. Ah, my wait is over. This time, the mighty Mega Man shall fall. Oh, great. So, right, Bass comes in, and he's just all like, you know what? You know that transformation? I have it too. And... so, remember in that cutscene when Bass stole Mega Man's parts? This is basically what the game meant by that, and this fight is a very annoying fight to deal with. Are we gonna survive? We are not gonna survive, not with an E-Can. This fight, I have been regretting uploading videos and recording just because of this fight, because I realized that with the way my inventory's set up, I have to explain this after this. Why can't I destroy him? So, normally when I'm playing this game, I usually have enough bolts when we reach the Wily stages, because I just grind for bolts a lot of time. And I usually have enough bolts to buy this upgrade for the Super Adapter, which enables us to punch at longer distances. And that makes that fight against Bass a lot easier. But since I'd feel really bad about using it in these videos, so we don't have that. So that fight is actually quite a bit tougher, and usually I'm using an E-Tank. Oftentimes I'm using 2. I actually feel like I got a little bit lucky on that one. But I think we're making alright time, I guess. So, like I said, there's kind of a scale of weapons in the Mega Man series and stuff. We have, like, the God Mode weapons are clearly things like the Metal Blade and the Jewel Satellite, where the drawbacks are fairly negligible when compared to the benefits of the weapon. Like, Jewel Satellite, you will mow down everything in Mega Man 9 with the Jewel Satellite. And same thing with the Metal Blades in Mega Man 2. And then we reach the Great Weapons, which are... there's a large variety of Great Weapons. These are basically the weapons that you know, they can deal pretty large amounts of damage, and they're pretty good in their own right. You know what, I'm thinking that the, Firestorm should also be considered a God Mode weapon. At least the Firestorm in, actually, yeah, the Firestorm's a really good weapon. Thunderbeam's pretty good, too. But anyway, we're coming up to a boss here. And then, so this is kind of the bad weapon end of the spectrum and stuff, while we're using here the Rush Coil, or not Rush Coil, Wild Coil. Of course we can't use Rush Coil to damage this guy. Anyway, this is Gammarizer, I think. He is a turtle, he is big. He reminds me of what I was watching today. I was watching that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing that they have on Nickelodeon, and honestly, that's pretty decent. I'm going to admit it, I'm kind of a Ninja Turtles fan. I liked it. Anyway, switch to Wild Coil here. As you can see, he does try to ram you multiple times. And basically it's just, you have to alternate between switching to Wild Coil and switching to either the Mega Buster to charge shots and take out those little turtles, or you can just use the Thunderbolt. More rubble, less trouble, you know. So, I've been playing a lot of Team Fortress 2 lately, and that's probably gonna show, but would you guys actually want me to start, like, uploading Team Fortress 2 commentary vids? Like, I know I did the whole first time playing Man vs. Machine with friends thing, and that was pretty swell. I mean, the frame rate could have used a little bit of work, but part of that's sometimes based on the server as well, and I actually do have a commentary vid kinda put together, except I'm not really sure if I should upload it because, you know, my voice was kind of weirder than usual. My voice is always weird, but I mean, it was kind of weirder than usual, and I really don't know if I should have uploaded it and stuff, because what if somebody else had discovered it and thought that, oh, I'm just using Team Fortress 2 and as an excuse to get big and stuff, and honestly, I really just want to get, if I want to get any views, I want to do it off of Let's Plays. Like, Team Fortress 2, that's just, like, casual messings around and stuff. That's not things that I'm just, like, oh, serious about doing a project about. Mega Man 7 is serious business. Look at these turtles. They're so cute. They're so cute right before I kill them. That's kind of an awkward thing to say. Oh well. Gammarizer's down for the count. That fight takes quite a while, but, you know, the Wild Coil makes things happen. Wild Coil, I'd consider it kind of a bad weapon, though, because it's really, really situational. Like, I don't know, 2 on the rating scale would probably have to be either bad or very situational weapons. And 1 on the rating scale would have to be, like, the worst weapon. So I'm talking Power Stone, Spark Shot, and Sakugarne. Anyway, speaking of things nobody knows about, this music! Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh man, this music brings back memories, because this is the music that kind of got me introduced to Mega Man 7. And it's really kind of a funny story, and, you know, falling off a cliff is also funny, but that doesn't mean I should do it all the time. But generally, or not generally, why am I even saying generally? That's so stupid. Basically, I had grown up watching the Mega Man cartoon show, and that was my first interaction with the Mega Man series. That was basically the first knowledge I ever had about Mega Man, and at first I just thought it was a cartoon show, and it wasn't until later when I saw commercials for the games and stuff. Like, there were quite a couple of rare commercials, and I'd see, like, some magazine adverts, and see it covered a bit on magazines and stuff, and you know, it kind of introduced me to the Mega Man games. I kind of got introduced a little bit late for when I got into it, and when I really got into Mega Man was about 2005, I think. Yeah, that actually sounds a bit accurate. Before then I actually did have action figures of Mega Man, and I had a Mega Man X action figure that... It was really my brother's action figure, but I played with it a lot more than he did because, you know, it was Mega Man. It was Mega Man. And generally, usually when I play with something... When I play with a toy a lot as a kid, that means I was gonna take interest in it, like Tinker Toys. Tinker Toys were interesting. Tinker Toys were fun as all hell, and that action figure was also fun as all hell, because, I mean, it was Mega Man. I got to have him just walking around and dashing through things and stuff, and... But when I got into Mega Man, I got into it really, really hard. It's just like suddenly, oh, I have this new game that I'm playing, and, you know, I'm suddenly addicted to this entire series. I want to play every game of it. And I had some prior experiences with Mega Man before, some of the Mega Man games, but I had never really gotten all into that, so I do have to thank the cartoon, but I also have to thank this music, because the first game that I really got into that was Mega Man related was actually this fan game called, Hard Hat 2. And it was made by a guy named Damaged, and I sometimes have some conversations with him, not usually. And I'm gonna be taking this upper path here. If you want to take the lower path, just watch Nintendo Capri Sun's LP of it. I really don't care for that lower path at all. Anyway, I'm plugging LPers that are good. Wow. But anyway, and the weird thing is, Hard Hat 2 had a sequel, Hard Hat 3, and, you know, it used this music, it used this level's music, and that's kind of got me into it and stuff, because I recognized all the other music, and it's just like, oh, this is from Mega Man X, and this is from Mega Man X2. And then I hear this music playing, and I'm just like, what is that? This music is really cool! Come on, can we... Nope. And that's kind of basically what got me into playing Mega Man 7, because, you know, I went online and found out that the music came from Mega Man 7. It's the music in, if you go back, I'm pretty sure it's the music playing on Plasma Man's stage, by the way, and it just... Oh, man. Anyway. So, we're gonna be fighting a boss here, and this guy is annoying. He's basically a boss that's based on me. Hooray! I totally look like that. Oh god. This guy is Hanya Ned Squared. I'm not making that name up. This guy is actually legitimately called Hanya Ned Squared. Hanya is in the mask, like, you know, the typical Hanya mask. If you've read Rurouni Kenshin, then you probably know a little bit about the Hanya masks and stuff, because there was that villain fairly early on in the series with the stretchy arms named Hanya. And, you know, it's actually a legitimate mask thing, and oh god, I'm not gonna survive. I'm actually kind of surprised that I've been living on for this long. Great. He is going to punch out all my blood. You know what? I'm not risking it. I am not risking it. I'm using the E-can right here. Anyway, this guy is a little bit of a thing. He's a bit annoying to fight, mainly because the game kind of slows down while fighting him sometimes. Maybe it's just the emulator I'm using. Maybe it's the fact that my computer, the graphics card on it really isn't the best. Then again, I kind of got this laptop more for, you know, school things and stuff, and putting together projects, not like actually recording things. I know that my old computer is crap, but at least its graphics card is good. My graphics card on the old computer can run games. It runs them really well. actually. Or at least, as well as a computer I bought in 2008 can run games. So, you know, it can do things like Team Fortress 2. Back then, it was considered state-of-the-art. Back then, Gateway was considered good. I don't know computer brands. All I know how to do is make fun of Dell occasionally. And you know, everything just works out for the better. I'm actually going to be switching to Noise Crush. See if I can do the Noise Crush slide into your projectile glitch. Come on. If I can't, then I'll just wait for this. Ah, great. There we go. That's actually a really neat glitch. If you can pull it off, more power to you. Literally, more power to you, because, I mean, you are going to be able to deal 4 damage a shot to this guy. Whoa. Get in and... there we go. The timing on this glitch is really hard to pull off. You have to slide into your shot, and... I mean, if you can manage to pull off the timing all the time, it's worth it. But then again, is faffing around with the timing gonna be worth it anyway? As you can see, this fight is really long and time-consuming. You can also stand on the missiles. I don't know if you saw that before. I don't even know if I demonstrated it before, but... you know, you can stand on the missiles. Use them as a higher plane. This guy's weakness... this guy is also weak to the Slash Claw for some reason. So if you want to go in and hit him right between the eyes with the Slash Claw, more power to you. But I really don't want to faff around with that, because he is dead. This episode has gone on long enough. I'm really saying that this episode has gone on long enough. I'm surprised that I did that in one life. I mean, I do realize I use an E-can, but I really am surprised that I beat that guy in one life. That's kind of a rarity. And I ain't talking ponies here. But, you know, in the next episode, we're gonna be taking on Dr. Wily's final level. Yes, we are near the end of this game, as you could probably tell. So, tune in next time. This is Tales Firanga signing out. And if you can tune in next time, more power to you.